Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Big MX Radio Podcast. This episode is brought to you by Luxon MX and race-winning brands. They've got Recluse, Pro-X, as well as Wiseco, and then of course, you can save 10% off every single one of your purchases with Luxon MX with Big MX 2025 at checkout. I am your host, Brad Gebhart. With me on the line, a Yamaha pilot that you should probably know, but if you don't, that's the whole purpose of this podcast, to get on here and talk to him, get to know him a little bit. Colby Lessar. Colby, how's it going?
I'm doing good. Really good.
Hell yeah, man. You are down training with Robbie Reynard to some people. Either way, I just call him one great teacher of the sport of motocross. He's been around for a long period of time, raced as a professional, a factory racer, both supercross, motocross, and arena cross, which does wrap up this evening. Where do we start with you, man? I guess let's start at the beginning. Where does the story of motocross start for you?
It was just, I guess it was my parents. My dad loved it. He did his whole life, and then he was like a good pro and like the local stuff in Colorado. And then he met my mom and they did it together. She got into it huge. And then my brother did it as well. And, he did pretty good in, amateur nationals, but then I really just kind of took it off from them, and it's what I've been doing since.
Fair enough. So how old are you now?
I'm 16 years old.
16 years young, riding the Yamaha 125. Do you put some time on a four-stroke as well, or are you 125 all day, every day?
Or full-time 125 until after Loretta's.
Okay, fair enough. So we got about 6 more months of ripping the two strokes. So 16 years of age, obviously, like I mentioned that you're training with Robbie Reynard. That means you're no longer in Colorado. Tell me about sort of when you started taking it seriously to the point where you needed to move your location to somewhere maybe a little bit warmer on a regular basis to do some training even in the winter. What was sort of that aha moment for you to be able to say, you know what, I can be a little bit more serious about this. Let's go train somewhere else. Let's go train with Robbie.
Yeah, I'd say I was 12 and I went down to Underground in Texas, but that was more when COVID happened and my parents were like, let's just go have some fun. And we went down there and I really just liked it and excelled, and I told them I wanted to do this a little bit more. I still wasn't like super serious about it. And then I think I was about 14 or 13 and a half when I moved down to Robbie's, and I've been here for 2.5 years. I got my first Loretta title here. I think that everything goes to Rob for that. He has helped me so much, but the past 4 months I've actually been down in Cairo at MTF. So that's been really good. But yeah, I've just been back here for the past couple of weeks before Spring Nationals testing with the team.
There you go. Getting ready for the Texas two-step.
Yeah.
So for you, when it comes to riding tips, do you take more tips from your mom or from your dad?
Probably my dad. My mom is more just like, she's gnarly with like working out and stuff. Like she's a workout freak. And I mean, like I've got that too. I love lifting and I've just been like, I really enjoy that, but yeah, no, she's huge in just health and stuff. So I'd say everything off the bike, I'd go with her, but on the bike, my dad's definitely, he's smart. He listens to every podcast there is with their bikes and he loves it with his whole heart. I know he wished he was a pro or like really did it. But, yeah, no, he's a genius at that stuff, so I'd have to say my dad.
Fair enough. Yeah, just taking some pointers from Pops, never a bad thing. And then some fitness advice from your mom as well. When it comes to training, what does the off-the-bike training look like for you? Are we in the gym lifting weights on a regular basis? Are we focusing more on cardio? Where is sort of the periodization of what you're focusing on right now?
Well, so I completely changed my program. I do MTS program, but the past, I would say month and a half, 2 months, I've just, honestly, I'd say locked in. I completely changed it. I do my own program now. Like I do MTX, but then I do my own on the side with my friend, Tommy Doble. We do it together. I make my plan for the week, but it's usually, I mean, I was hitting 20-hour weeks, I think 3 weeks straight. So it's been gnarly, but I would say like a usual day is we wake up at 6:30, do foundation training. Then we go on like a 2-mile sprint run. Then we have 15 minutes of warming up in the gym with Jacob at MTF. Then we ride from, I would say, 9 to 2. Then after that, do my bike work and stuff, and then I'll go in the gym with Jacob at MTF at 3 o'clock. And usually it's like a zone 2 cardio, or like we'll go road biking for 25 miles, or it's a lift. And then me and my buddy Tommy go back in the gym at 7:30 and do our own lift. So it's about 4 hours of training a day. It's a lot.
Dude, that is some serious volume. How do you keep the weight on burning that many calories throughout the day? You gotta be putting away 3,000-4,000 calories a day just to remain fueled.
Yeah, when I was home, I bulked. I actually have gained 15 pounds in 3 months. I was just like, I've always been skinny, and I was just kind of sick of it. But I'm about 145, 150 now. So I'm going to stay the same until Loretta's, because I'm on a 125, but then after that I'll put on a heavy bulk again. But yeah, no, I drink a shake, like I make a really gnarly bulk shake before bed every single night. And then I don't track my calories as much anymore because I'm just maintaining. But when I was bulking, I would track my calories. I was trying to eat like 3,500 calories a day with 200 grams protein.
Bro, that's some serious protein, especially if you're getting it in from actual food, putting that away. So is it fair to say that you're pretty adept in the kitchen, or are you getting mom to cook for us? What's the deal there?
No, I know how to cook everything. I actually enjoy it. I don't know. Anything with fitness, I just kind of enjoy. I learned how to cook actually pretty young. My mom taught me everything, and my grandma. But yeah, no, I cook everything. I try to meal prep as much as I can Sunday. But mainly I just go to the grocery store, get a bunch of steaks and ground beef and rice. And that's kind of just carbs and meat, basically.
Fair enough. Yeah, just keep her simple. So when it comes to training, how important do you think that it is that you really, like you said, you love what you do? Like, you are passionate about the fitness side of things and taking care of the body. Obviously, it's most important to get the lap times down and make sure that our riding technique is at an absolute peak. But when it comes to the pro level, what really separates guys is their fitness and their ability to pay attention to the details. Sounds like you've got that squared away.
Yeah, no, it's I've worked on form like my whole life, and I feel like my style's pretty good. I worked on it really heavy December and January this year, and I honestly, like, if you ask anybody, I feel like if they look at videos from 3 months ago to now, my style's a lot different. I've also gained a lot of weight, so that adds into that as well. But then the past couple of weeks, I've worked on speed, and I mean, like, it's coming up so fast. Like, I think I've already gained like 3 to 4 seconds a lap. And then training wise off the bike, I just feel like I've been to a decent bit of facilities and just see what everybody's doing, and I just don't think it's enough. I think that people watch, like, what, say, Chase Sexton's vlogs and stuff, and what he's doing, they try to copy that, which I do think Chase works hard, but I think he was working harder as a kid to, like, build what he has, but now I feel like he's just maintaining, and people don't understand that, or they don't understand that. So right now I feel like I'm just trying to build everything to the pro level, and then once I get to where I want to be, I'll just maintain.
100%. I think you just hit a major point there where a lot of people think to themselves, like, man, if I ever got that factory ride, that's what, like, I'd work as hard as I can to get myself in shape. Well, you just put the cart before the horse. You need to do the work in order to attain the speed, the fitness, the knowledge, all that stuff, that, like, all of the lessons you are going to put into perspective, maybe not every single lesson, but a bulk of the lessons that you're going to put into place at the professional level are those the ones that are learned as an amateur. And I'd even harken back to some of the time that I spent playing football at a high level. Is a lot of the knowledge and the fitness base that guys have at the pro level, they fostered that while training, whether it was for high school or even college. The work has to come before the belief, right?
Yeah. Honestly, like, another thing too is everybody's at facilities now, and I feel like they just, like, they listen to their trainer, and I understand that. But I think, like, people always wonder, like, why they're not getting better, or, like, they're getting better, but they're not improving faster than anybody else. It's like they're all doing the same thing. Like, I look at Deegan, I kind of look up to him a lot, because if you look at his body in the past year, his body's completely changed. Like, clearly he's doing more than the program. And I mean, look at where he's winning everything. So I just think that it's important to know what you need to do and, like, make your own program, honestly.
Fair enough. So what does Robbie work on with you? He's a smart guy. He's been around for a long period of time. He's trained champions, guys who've won a lot of races, guys like Colt Nichols, got guys like Austin Forkner. What are some of the things that he's stressing on you day in, day out when you're not at NPF?
He is honestly, Rob's like a genius on the bike. Like when even my first day out here after like 3 months, the first thing he asked me is if I gained weight, and I had my gear on and everything. Like, how did he even know that? Like, I've worked on that. I gained like 15 pounds. So, and immediately he noticed that, and he noticed my style was different. Like, he can just see things like weaknesses that I have. If I don't know weaknesses or anything, like I can literally send him a video, or I could come here for one day and he'll find everything. Like, I think he's the best on the bike trainer there is. He's just like, he's honestly a genius. He can hear if you're using the clutch, anything. Like, he's so good he has an eye for riding.
That he does. Like, how often have you seen him throw a leg over a bike? I don't think he does it nearly as much as he used to, but maybe sometime around COVID. I think he even went to Loretta's sometime around then.
Yeah, I've seen him a couple times. I know his body's pretty beat up. Like, actually, he's very beat up. He's kind of a dog for even just how much he does. Like, he's working all the time just on the track and the kids and everything. So, and I mean, he has a whole family now. He doesn't have time to ride and stuff, but I know he doesn't ride that much anymore because of his body. I know it beats him up pretty good, but I bet he could still rip pretty well.
So have you gone back and watched the old Terra Firmas to see if all of Robbie's stories are true? Like, do kids your age actually go back and watch those videos, or is that just reserved for guys well in their 30s like me?
I know I did. I mean, I love watching that stuff. It's sick, especially seeing like your trainer ride, how fast he was. Like, his style was sick. He was so like upper body over the bars and elbows up and everything. And I know me and my buddy Ronnie Orris he watches his too. So yeah, no, we for sure do.
Fair enough. That, like, as a moto nerd myself, I am happy to hear that. Like, do you watch the pro level stuff? Like, you pay attention to Supercross on Sundays, Outdoor Nationals, the SMX finals? Do you have your finger on the pulse of that stuff, or are you focused mainly on what your program?
Yeah, no, I watch everything. I watch the post race interviews, qualifying, race day live, the race. Yeah, I watch everything. I don't do much with amateur racing. Like, I don't I race the amateur racing, but I don't really care what anybody else is doing in amateurs. I watch the pros, but then like I kind of focus on myself besides that. But no, I definitely watch all the pro stuff.
Pro racing and your own damn program sounds like some good things to focus on. And when it comes to your program, like with the whole NSA Yamaha thing last year kind of dissolving, you've got a ton of personal sponsors yourself now. Tell me a little bit about the support system that you're under right now. You're on Yamahas. Like you said, you're on the on 125s for the remainder of this year. Tell me a little bit about your program and how it's all come together.
Yeah, I'm on the Altus Yamaha factory racing team. So basically all the NSA sponsors from last year, it's the same ones. It's just Altus and Jordan Nassany took everything over. But I like SMS, Moose, Bell, 100%, just basically all the same sponsors that NSA was running last year is what I'm on.
Fair enough. So, but you're a Thor guy instead of a Moose rider, correct?
No longer. No, I got my Moose gear 2 days ago.
There you go. Now you're a Moose guy. Have you tried it on? What do we think?
Yeah, no, it's sick. The gear looks really good. I like it a lot.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'd like more known for the like in the GNCC off-road world, but they sent me a set, and I'm going to be honest. Not only does the stuff look really good, like it's we're not talking John Dowd 2005 anymore. This is good looking gear.
Yeah, no, it's sick. I definitely like it. Thor was really good too. I like both the brands a lot. Honestly, I think my whole setup right now looks pretty sick.
100%. Did you see the Thor ad today on Instagram with Medium Boy? What are your thoughts?
Dude, I think that kit looks fire for Daytona. I think everybody will be looking really good.
Yeah, no, everyone's gonna be looking sharp. I'm just gonna throw this out there. I noticed that Cody Schock is racing in the 450 class, and I know he's got to worry about a championship on the West Coast. But how sick would it be if Hayden Deegan rolls out in the 450 class just for shits and giggles with number 38 with that pink gear? How good would that be?
I think that'd be pretty sick, especially if he went out and just like killed everybody in the heat or something. That would be honestly insane.
Yeah, no, I think that would break the internet. And honestly, I don't even care if he did well or not. As long as he stays healthy, like knock on wood and all that. But I think him just like ripping a 450, throwing a thing sideways, just be good for the sport. It would be a good visual.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'd be sick. I'm not sure if he's going to. Like, I don't think he would, but
Nah.
I mean, that'd be so cool. Even Ironman last year when they were talking about him riding the two-stroke, I think that would have been insane.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like, okay, like we're just bench racing at this point for 5 seconds here, but like straight up, if he wrapped up a title prior to the final round and just like came out the final round on a 252 stroke, even if he just goes out there, throws whips and gets 15th, like whatever.
Yeah, you might as well do it.
Yeah.
I think for all, dude, like you always say, all for the gram.
100%. Like, no, it's like, are we here to entertain fans, or are we here like simply just to win races and sell product? Like, obviously, I think him ripping a well-tuned two-stroke, which of course Brent Duffy, his mechanic, I don't think there's anybody over at Star more set up to put together a badass 252 stroke. Like, it's perfect. I need to see this happen.
Yeah,
I might text Duff about this. Right
I think that like Dirt Shark video that they did of Hayden on the two-stroke, I think that was actually Brent Duffy's. I think that was actually his bike. So I think they already have one already set up and everything.
Yeah, that's definitely
so
his.
That'd be so sick.
So another let's spin things back to you a little bit here, though. This is 2025. I'm not sure if you're aware. 2025 is the year of the vented plate. Might not be as like performance advantageous as on the two-stroke as it is the four-stroke, but what are our thoughts about doing the vented plate for one of the spring nationals or something along those lines? Maybe even Loretta's. Like the vented plate's where it's at right now.
Yeah, actually, I ran the vented plate all year last year. I tested on my race bike yesterday, and it was on there, so I'm assuming it's going to be on there for all the races this year. So that'll be sweet. I think it looks really good. I know it's just to keep the bike cool down and stuff. I don't know how like effective it actually like works. I think it just looks cool.
Yeah, it just looks cool. And you know what? Sometimes that's okay. Like, look pro, go slow, bro. Like, why not? Like, if you look good, you feel good. You feel good, you ride good. So, I say vented plate every day of the week, twice on Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. You always gotta look good.
Okay, fair enough. So when we're down at Robbie's or if we're down at MTF, you guys are serious as a heart attack when it comes to riding drills and dropping the lap times, working on technique. When does Colby Lessar get to ride for fun?
Actually, kind of a lot, I would say. I definitely always put like kind of the grind before, but me and my buddy Tommy Doble at MTF, like if we're having a hard day or something, like if I'm having a good day or if he's having a bad day, we always go out. Like I always want to make sure I ride an hour and 30 minutes that day. Like because I track it on my Polar watch.
Right.
And if we didn't get an hour and 30, like if we're like an hour and 15 or something, and we were just both having a bad day, we would both just be like, all right, let's just go throw whips, do stoppies, do wheelies, just end the day off having fun. And so I would say actually a decent bit.
Yeah, honestly, I think riding like that is an underrated thing for a lot of riders to do when it comes to just overall bike skill, getting used to your motorcycle, remembering that this is fun, by the way. I think the more that riders are able to implement stuff like that, I think it helps out with burnout as far as just kids like basically just feeling like they're just dragging themselves through yet another riding session. I think it helps with bike skill and just bike awareness, as well as just sort of getting to know what the bike is capable of, what it's not capable of. And sometimes I've even seen guys be able to take some of those tricks of the trade and implement them into an actual race scenario where they happen to like bunny hop over something, or if you're having a manual something. I don't think any seat time, obviously some is more impactful than others, but no seat time is wasted if you're out there having fun and ultimately learning something about your motorcycle.
Yeah, I think just comes down to the base of like bike skill. Like bike skill is becoming such a huge thing. Like mainly in Supercross, I'd say. Even outdoors, like Southwick or Redbud, like just where the bumps get a little big and there's just kind of stuff to jump. Like you look at Jet. I mean, his bike skill is just unbelievable. It's so good. And I think just doing stoppies, wheelies, and just finding stuff to hop around on and have fun, and just I think that helps so much. Like people underestimate that. I think it just helps so much. Like when you get on the bike and actually go fast. Yeah, I do think it helps.
Fair enough. One thing that I would definitely, if I had your level of skill at your age, I would not let this year pass me by without like calling on one of the video content creators around, whether it's around Oklahoma or around MTF, and you need to like document a day of you spending time on these absolutely on the limit 125 two strokes, just pour the coals through the thing all day long and have that documented, whether you put it on social media or not. You will look back at that in 20 years from now and be like, you know what? That was a cool time. And I'm glad that I was able to, have a piece of this that's going to live forever.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. I would, I've always wanted to do something like that. I think when I go down to MTF, if Alex Baxley, he films for me like every race. He's just a cool dude. His filming is unreal. He's so good. I might hit him up about that. I think that'd be a good idea, just to like get a full video of me doing like foundation, running in the morning, warm up at the gym, my workout at the end of the day, workout with Jacob, riding, just kind of like just one full day of a boot camp week of training. And I think that'd be sick, and do like an Instagram reel of it, probably like a minute long or a minute and a half. I don't know.
Yeah, I think depending on your following, the Instagram reel will go as long as 3 minutes. But regardless, like I said, regardless if you post it or not, honestly, I think it would do great for numbers. It would look great on the gram. But just to have it documented, because I'm 36 years old right now. I'm 20 years older than you, and if I'm thinking to myself right now, if I had even some old handy cam footage of me. I have photos of me riding my 125 for when I was 16 years old. I have not a lick of video from that time period, and would kill for it. So I would definitely suggest you do exactly that. That being said, you're riding 125s for the remainder of the year. We talked about Loretta's, and then like I had Chase Lawton. Yeah, Chase Lawton, he was on 125s last year, and he got to participate in that all Yamaha challenge at Motocross des Nations. That, of course, is coming to Ironman this year. And unless I'm mistaken, I think they're still bringing that entire program, the 65s, the 85s, and the 125s, to that race. Is there any chance that you sort of stay on 125s for another, say, maybe 12 weeks after Loretta's, in order to be able to ride that race? I know it's pretty unique. Guys are able to bring, I think for you guys, you basically would bring allowed to bring the entire motorcycle, given that it's going to be in Crawfordsville, Indiana. But has there been any talk about that with Yamaha or the Blue Crew racing program for you to be able to do that event?
I definitely know. I was actually wanting to do it last year, but just with money and stuff, and we weren't able to. But I will have to talk to everybody about that. I think it'd be a cool experience, but it is a decent bit after Loretta's, and I know I want to focus on my career and like just 250s and getting in the because I would like to do a combine maybe at the end of the year this year. I'm not sure if that's even possible. I haven't really talked to anybody about that, but I mean, I'd like to. I'm riding like really good right now on the 125. I think if I get on 250, I'll blow everybody away. So I'd like to focus on combines and stuff, but I don't know. I have to talk to everybody about that one.
Fair enough. So who do you model your riding style after? Like when you're really feeling yourself, you're out there clicking off laps. Are you just Colby Lessar, or are you taking little bits and pieces from some of the guys that you watch?
I take bits and pieces from everybody, but I'd say the two people I watch are, I think Hayden Deegan's style right now is pretty sick. It's changed a lot. But I would say my biggest idol, honestly, is Chase Sexton. I watch like all of his stuff. I think his style is unbelievably good. And I like to watch him. I think my style is pretty close to him. I'm just not like massive like he is, but I am pretty tall. So I would say, I'd say Chase Sexton.
Chase Sexton. That is one fit, tall drink of water to model yourself after. Happens to also be pretty fast. As long as, Colby, you promise me right here, right now, that if you're sitting in second at a Triple Crown and you, in the last moto of the Triple Crown, and you have the overall, please promise me that you won't try and go for that race win, even though you don't need it, and just wrap up the race so that you can take the points lead. Can you promise me you'll do that?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I could promise, but I would say no promises. That's a hard one because you got to take the overall, but you also got to get in the other person's mind. Like, you can't let your biggest competition beat you ever. So, I don't know. That's a hard one, but yeah, that's a lot of money he lost. So yeah, I'd probably take it in and take that check.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm probably just on that last lap. I'm throwing whips and thinking about what I might do with an extra $100,000. Because the race was won. You'd mentioned off air that you're not going to do Daytona this weekend. You're going to do the Texas Two-Step, which includes Spring-A-Ding, which is a race that has basically perennially become one of the biggest amateur races to do every single year. It's a measuring stick for a lot of young racers as they prepare for their season rolling and sort of have their sights set on Loretta's. What does Spring-A-Ding mean to you?
I'd say it means kind of the same as every other race. Like, just I'm going to show up there and do my best and try to win. That's the goal, and that's kind of all I'm going to do. Focus on the start every moto and go from there. But yeah, no, I'm going to go there to win.
So this is serious business. And you yourself, and I've talked to a lot of young amateurs about this, especially when you come in with a lot of sort of notoriety and the semi and the whole 9 yards. Does that fire you up and motivate you, or does that add pressure? Or how do you sort of manage the expectation of whenever you show up to the line, you're expected to win, and honestly, that is the only expectation?
Yeah, no, I go there. We get an Airbnb. I show up to the track, warm up, do my foundation. I win, or I try to win, and then go back to the Airbnb. I don't play around on golf carts like all those other kids. Like, I'm there to do business, and that's kind of it. But with the whole semi thing, I'm actually really excited for that because I've never been in a semi or anything like that. Like, last year I was just on the Altus support program kind of, and then this year it's the Yamaha factory. So that'll be pretty cool because I've never done anything with a semi and like a bunch of other teammates basically. So that'll be really, really cool.
Yeah, no doubt. No, you're going to have some rad teammates. Lachlan Turner is going to be in the mix. Chase Lawton, as well as
not Chase Lawton.
Oh yeah, no, Chase is with the EBR team. That's correct. My mistake on that one. You'll also have Magoo. He's on the 4 strokes. Yeah. Do you chum with Magoo a little bit?
Yeah, me and Magoo are close buddies. He's from Colorado, so I've known him forever, and right. He's also at MTF. So is Owen Cavell.
That's right. Owen Cole as well. Did your dad and Robert Fitch get on back in the day, or are those old rivals, or did old Rob have your dad's number pretty good?
I think he probably smoked my dad, to be honest. I think my dad's a bit older too, so I don't know if they race too much, but I mean, I bet, like, I honestly, I knew my dad was good, but I never, like, seen him, so I wouldn't be able to say that, but I have no idea, honestly.
Fair enough. Like, I mean, you there was no fact checking here. You could have just been like, yeah, I think my old man had old man Fitch in his back pocket. Like, it's Colorado, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll give some respect to Fitch, though. He's still riffs.
Fair enough. When was the last time you saw your dad ride?
Oh, it's been 3-4 years. He just goofed around with us at Thunder Valley in Colorado.
Okay.
It's been a while.
So when it comes time, like I'm quite confident you're going to get an opportunity to race an outdoor national in the next couple of years. How excited are you to be able to roll out onto Thunder Valley for the very first time, likely with a 3-digit number on your bike, racing at that national?
It'll be cool. I'm actually not the biggest fan of that track just because, I mean, it's been like I've been there like my whole life. I'm not the biggest fan of the track, but I'm just excited to race in front of like my whole family. All my friends will be down there and stuff, so that'll be really cool. But the track part, not so much.
Fair enough. Yeah, you have all of the adoring fans especially wanting to get some free tickets. By the way, you will get hit up for that. But the off-camberedness and the way that you're the bike at elevation will definitely be sucking wind a little bit. That might not be the best part, but yeah, you said the best part will be performing in front of friends and family.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. I know you've got a ton of great sponsors, dude. You got to give those people some love for us. I really appreciate you making some time here on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you. It was a good time. Glad I got to be able to talk to you and be on the podcast.
Yes, sir. So give those sponsors some love for me. Who's helping you out?
Oh, I'd like to thank Altus, Blue Crew, Yamaha Factory Racing, Monster Army, Moose, Bell, 100%, JYTR, MTF, Robbie Raynard, all my trainers. Honestly, I'd say that's it. Yeah, Monster Army.
Monster Army as well. Colby Lessar here on the Big MX Radio Podcast. Thank you so much for making the time.
All right, thank you.